Hi everyone and welcome to our informational webinar, How the EPI Process Works. My name is Jessica and I work as a content coordinator for EPI. I'm from the mountains of North Carolina, and before working for EPI, I taught English at the community college level. Today I'll be talking with you about what you can expect as an EPI applicant from when you begin your application to when you come to the United States. We also want you to take this opportunity to ask any questions that you have about our process. You can ask them in the comment box and we will answer them throughout the presentation today. Please keep in mind that we won't be able to answer questions about your specific application for privacy reasons. All of those questions should be emailed directly to us at team@teachwithepi.com. So today we will be explaining EPI's program and give you an overview of everything from the application to becoming a cultural ambassador. By the end of this presentation, we hope you will have a better understanding of each step of the process. If you are joining us for the first time, we are Educational Partners International, or EPI for short, and we are a cultural exchange program that brings international teachers to teach in K-12 schools in the United States. Our mission is to bring some of the best teachers from around the world to the U.S. to share their cultural experiences. As you can read here, our goal is to strengthen K-12 education by discovering and empowering the world's best international teachers in order to facilitate authentic cultural exchange. While we work with schools across the southern United States, our home office is in North Carolina, which is about where the marker is on the map on your screen. We would love to know where all of you are from too, so please take the time to tell us in the comments. And wherever you are joining us from, just thank you so much for watching today. So the EPI program can be broken up into these 6 steps. First, you fill out an application to determine program eligibility. Then your application is moved to approved and you become eligible for school interviews. After completing a successful school interview, you become placed in a U.S. school. You then prepare for arrival and orientation to the USA, and you become an official EPI program member. You will spend 3 years in the U.S. as an EPI teacher, then you will return home to be a cultural ambassador around the world. The first step in the EPI program is the application. EPI's application process is thorough and it does a few important things for you. First, filling out the application creates a professional profile for schools to look at when they are considering teachers for interviews. We also use the information you provide during the application process to decide whether you meet our eligibility requirements. Some of the requirements for being an EPI teacher are that you are currently teaching, you have 2 years full-time teaching experience, and you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree. Finally, the application helps you collect the documents that you will need to apply for a visa, travel to the United States, and obtain a teaching license. As an EPI applicant, you will also be asked to upload a variety of documents to prove that you are eligible to travel and teach in the United States. You will also have 2 online interviews with EPI team members. The team will ask you questions about your teaching experience, classroom management, and lesson planning, as well as other topics that prove your eligibility and qualifications. After the interviews, you will be asked to provide proof of employment and credentials. Once you have uploaded all of your documents and passed 2 EPI interviews, you are then moved to the approved stage. Being an approved means that your application with EPI is complete, you have passed a background check, you meet our requirements, and that you are now eligible for school interviews. As a candidate and approved, your application becomes a professional profile that is available to U.S. schools. They will look through the applications of all of our teachers and approve to choose which ones to interview over a video call. If the interview goes well and the school is interested in working with you, you will then be placed. Placement means that you have accepted an offer from a school and will be coming to the USA to teach. Teachers who are placed through EPI teach in public, private, and charter schools in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. As soon as you arrive in the United States, you will participate in an in-person EPI orientation where you can meet EPI team members and start building relationships with other exchange teachers. During this time, you will learn more about life and education in the U.S., as well as the rules and regulations of the exchange visitor program. Our orientation lasts several days, giving you lots of time to ask questions, acclimate to the new culture, and prepare for the upcoming school year. At the end, you will travel to your new community where you will meet current EPI teachers who will help you settle in. After you complete orientation, you become an official EPI program member. As an EPI program member, you will teach in the U.S. for 3 years. During that time, you will have access to 24/7 support from our trained and professional support team. Our teacher support team can help you with everything from culture shock to meeting the needs of struggling learners. The relationship between you and the support team is an important one and will continue throughout your time in the United States. It includes not only orientation and arrival support, but also professional development programs and one-on-one instructional and cultural coaching. Should you need assistance of any kind, the EPI support team is ready to help. As an EPI teacher, you will also have the opportunity to share your culture with your students here in the United States through cultural exchange projects. Today, we have a couple of examples of projects our teachers have done in the past. This is an activity one of our Jamaican teachers organized for her students. For this activity, students in Rochelle's previous school in Jamaica created a presentation on Jamaican culture, including national symbols, food, music, and national heroes, which they then shared with her American students over Skype. Here you can see where one of our teachers from China organized a traditional Chinese New Year's festival. For the festival, her students made costumes so that they could put on a parade for the school. The parade gave other classes the opportunity to experience her culture as well. They also performed traditional songs and dances and wore traditional Chinese clothing to celebrate. After teaching in the United States for 3 years with EPI, you will then return to your home country where you will be able to become a cultural ambassador. After you return, you will be able to share what you have learned about the U.S. with people in your home country, just like you shared your culture while you were here. This is one of the most important steps in the whole process because this is what cultural exchange is really all about, building mutual understanding between cultures by sharing your personal experiences. Today we also have a video of some EPI teachers from all over the world talking about the impact cultural exchange has had in their lives. So here are their stories.
When you come to this country, you have the idea that your students travel around the world, but let me tell you, that's not true. You are teaching them another language, but at the same time, you are somehow teaching the culture.
We are global citizens, first and foremost, and I believe that we should be exposed to different cultures. And I think this is one of the very first steps, by having the students being exposed to teachers from different places.
I also share my experience with them. I also share how we talk to Ghana, how we live in Ghana, and they're loving it and kind of like they're embracing it.
In the long run, not just us teachers, but also students will realize how important it is to respect other culture as well.
You actually get to give these young ones an inspiration to go even and do greater things in other nations.
It's a good exchange program for professional growth and development. What I'm exposed to, I would want every teacher in Jamaica to be exposed to the same thing. Not just being in your country, but imparting the knowledge that you have learned to students here, taking your experiences back home when the program is complete.
Cultural exchange for me is give and take. I'm giving what my culture can offer and taking things that I can learn from other culture. So it's a two-way process.
It causes people to understand different backgrounds without even traveling to that country. It also causes people to accept one another and to also understand one another.
If I know more of American culture, I understand more. And if they know my culture, they understand and respect that too.
Everyone is different, and we need to respect that differences and try to see with empathy what the others see about the world and how they learn and how they live in the society.
We have to understand that we don't have to live in isolation. EPI offers this great opportunity for teachers to come here to be ambassadors of their own countries, of their own cultures. I really like that because that gives a lot of opportunity for people to share, to interact.
If we communicate better in the classroom, then these kids will be adults someday, so it's leading to a better community, a better world.
To hear more from our teachers, visit our Facebook page. We have posted several videos of our teachers talking about their cultural exchange experiences. We also post teacher stories on our website, teachwithepi.com. Okay, so now we will be taking the time to address questions. If you have not submitted yours yet, please ask them now. We will be answering all of your questions in the comments section today. So here are some of the most common questions we get at EPI. Lots of applicants want to know how long the EPI program is, and EPI is a 3-year program. People also ask, is there an application fee? So the answer is no, there is no application or placement fee. There are other costs associated with your application, such as the cost of obtaining diplomas or transcripts, but EPI will never charge you an application or a placement fee. Another question we often get is there an age limit? So no, there is no age limit to participate in the EPI program. As long as you meet our basic requirements, you can join our program regardless of your age. So some of those requirements are that you are currently teaching with at least 2 years full-time teaching experience, you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree, and you have advanced English skills. So now that you know more about our program, it is time to talk about next steps. First, if you have not applied yet, go to teachwithepi.com and start your application. Once you are there, you will scroll down until you see the orange button that says Apply to Teach in the USA. After you answer the eligibility question and click Submit, you will be able to make an account with your email address and start your application. If you have started your application but have questions, please email us at team@teachwithepi.com. Finally, sign up for our mailing list at teachwithepi.com/webinars to get information about our upcoming webinars and to watch all of our previous videos. So to finish today's presentation, I would like to share this quote that illustrates the importance of an international education. J. William Fulbright was a U.S. Senator and founder of the Fulbright program. He said there's a multiplier effect in international education, and it carries the possibility, the only real possibility, of changing our manner of thinking about the world and therefore of changing the world. Here at EPI, we understand how important it is to provide students with a global perspective, and we are so excited to give both of you the opportunity to experience authentic cultural exchange. So that's all for today, everyone. If you are interested in our upcoming webinars, go to teachwithepi.com/webinars and sign up for our mailing list. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook to hear about our upcoming events, as well as to hear more from our current teachers. If you have any more questions, please email us at team@teachwithepi.com. On behalf of everyone at EPI, thanks for joining us and have a great day.